I am so done with technology. I am done. Like, if this freeze again, we'll just go straight to Discord. I'm done for tonight. There's way too many retries in one day. You know? Way too many retry for one day. And the chat is still not working great. It's like precursor of what's about to happen. Precursor of what's about to happen. Jeez. What in this world is going on? Like, I literally is afraid to open anything and everything. I'm not seeing anything that's wrong here. That is so weird.
You know, I used to joke around that you upgrade your computer, but
like, there's nothing to upgrade. It's a software crashing. It's the software that's crashing. There's nothing to upgrade. Probably a rival cigar. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I can't.
Who do you piss off, Tony?
Yeah, good question. Good question. Like, I was talking about half wheel, so it's probably half wheel. It's probably half wheel. Josh, I swear to God, if you jump on that freeze, it's your fault. And he's...
Hang on. Okay. Are y'all having technical difficulties?
Yes, today is one of those days. Today is one of those days.
A little bit.
Like, the cigar is almost done. I'm like not even being on yet. It's crazy. This is stupid. I feel bad for everybody had to keep jumping back and forth because, like, you know, I know the frustration. I'm frustrated. So yeah, let's get right started. Anybody question? Let's go. But, like, you know, I was complaining about how Half Wheel doesn't have anything posted really for the, you know, it's been 30 days. It doesn't seem like there's much of thing going on with the TPE.
Oh, for TPE?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they're usually pretty good about that. But
I think the weed take over, man. The weed and vape.
I imagine that when they get back, we'll start seeing some content, and then we'll start seeing some other content next week as well.
Well, they usually has like day 1, day 2, day 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now the only thing I really see was like, all right, a little bit of day 1, barely like 3-4 items. And then day 2 have like people setting out tents. I mean, their displays. And then day 3, there's nothing. There's nothing.
Nothing on day 3?
Well,
Nada?
the stuff that they put out there, that isn't necessarily day 3 stuff. Like, for example, CAA president David Osgo resigns. That's not really, you know, TPE stuff, right?
Yeah.
The stuff that they reported, La Serena LSLE gets 6x60 size. That's not really that either.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Right? So the only thing that you see a little bit was day 1 on the accessories, and day 2 they're setting out the tent. And obviously a very trivial picture of Casa Cuevas, La Madaria, or Squirrel.
Oh.
That Josh brought up about.
I can't stop looking at it.
Right? We don't have much thing going on. So
yeah.
It's kind of disappointing because, like, I was so excited to see a lot of stuff that we could talk about. There's nothing.
You know what it is? It's fucking Year of the Dragon.
They're like, we don't have anything to talk about. Just all Year of the Dragon. Let's move on. Let's go straight forward. Right? I mean, of all the things they report like Aspa Carrera released Soga, right? There's nothing. There's nothing going on. I'm very disappointed. You know,
I haven't even seen any content from other media come out yet.
Yeah,
someone usually drops like a video, at least, you know, like a short video. Yeah,
that's the weird thing, right? Usually you'll see, like, you know, because like Tim is also over there right now. I think Tim dropped a video that he was in a hotel and he found a hotel that he can actually smoke in, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I
So he's
wonder if
there,
it was,
but there's no video. Maybe it doesn't really do anything until next week. No, because they started. What?
I don't know, man. It just seems like the TBE is not like that exciting this year.
Or they're expecting less attendance, right, or something like that.
yeah, I imagine that. Oh, sorry, buddy. Ooh, I think I might have just burned this dog.
I don't know. Quake might be right too, though. They are having a Super Bowl in Vegas.
That's
Yeah.
next week.
Huh?
It's February 11. That's
Yeah.
next week, man. That's not
I
this week.
want, you know, a lot of people weren't doing both. A lot of people didn't do both shows last year, right?
Mhm.
They went to TPE. They're not going to PCA. Now that PCA is moved, I'm wondering if TPE is getting a lighter turnout because more people are going to be going to PCA. I know that a couple of the big boys are doing it. Like I know Drew Estate's going to be back this year. It's their first time back in what, like 5 years or something.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, that might have a little something to do with it. It just could be a ton, like really light turnout.
Yeah, light turnout doesn't mean they can't report anything. I'm pretty sure the usuals will be there, right? So I don't know. That's so dumb. Like, why would they? Why would anybody do that? It was fine the way it was. One in the first half of the year, the other in the second half of the year, and now you got to cram them together in the first quarter of the year, and that take away the opportunity for anybody who want to release stuff in the second half of the year because the first half of the year they're not ready.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dumb fight.
Oh yeah.
It makes no sense. See, this is the thing. Everybody think that like cigar industry is all like tough and nice and like Michael Jackson and shit. No. This is more like Kanye West and underneath crows and like trees and shit.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Right? It's really not what people think it is. It takes a lot for everybody in this community to hold each other together, right? Because you never know how behind the scenes is actually very nasty.
It is. It is very nasty.
Behind the scenes is very nasty. It's just not fun. So anyways, we get back on track. What's everybody smoking? I want to know. I'm smoking a Kinzuki.
Elevate Black.
I think that the key to keep this thing working is today to not do anything. Do not search anything. Do not open another browser. Do not get all excited. Do not have Red Bull. Do not breathe. Then this stream will move on. Like that's what I feel like. Hobgoblin is actually not bad for what it's costing you. Hobgoblin is not bad. I kind of wanted to smoke the glitch cigar. It seems fitting for tonight. Yeah, yeah. Have to switch to Twitch for this to work swiftly. It's actually not your fault, Kill Switch. It's actually this guy. So every time I open the camera for the Chrome, so that Eric can see the chat, it crashes. So it's actually Chrome using too much resource and crashed it. Are we supposed to some Suma before we're doing the for real life? I would say try some first so that you have the actual question to ask. If you have to smoke and then ask the question, might be a little late. Just put it out there. Well, in fact, you can don't smoke anything and ask questions. But if you want to really have the question that is relatable, the only way is to smoke it and try to follow to see if you see his philosophy about how his cigars are like an orchestra. It floats. It had to work together. That you feel that way when you smoke it. If you do, maybe. If you don't, well, then there's nothing to ask. It's just a cigar. What happened? 6-year-old Hemingway signature is very surprised. Hemingway signature. I don't think it. I'm not gonna say it doesn't. It's not good to age a Hemingway signature so long as you can put it in a really nice environment for the cedar. But I think Hemingway signature, the tone is already kind of really balanced. You lose a little bit while you're aging it. Probably not gonna do much good to it. That's just my opinion. Anyways, what else am I missing? I'm trying to go down the list of chat so I can answer all of them. Yep, so that was it. Yeah, again, any question, bring it up. If not, we'll just chit chat as usual. Again, I apologize for the technical difficulty, but this is one of those days the computer does not want to work right. And I kind of have a feeling that I know what it is, but I don't. I gotta pretend I know what it is and have it all handled. But I don't.
That's how you do it.
Right? That's why I'm surprised. Okay. All right. All right. So, yeah, as I'm saying, Half Wheel, it's not doing a lot of reporting. I don't know why. I cannot find any of those interview video because usually you see those, right? Like, hey, everybody, I'm here. Interview, blah, 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 blah. Like
yeah, I searched and there's nothing.
Yeah, that's the new cigar. Yeah. That's usually the case. But I'm not seeing that. I'm not even seeing it. Hey, I'm here. No, I don't even see those. So
yeah, and usually the media people they start posting the same day, first day, at least a pop of them, you know.
Right, and that's the thing. They have day 1 and day 2, so it's not like it hasn't happened yet. It happened.
Mm-hmm. You know what that means, Tony?
No Wi-Fi.
Huh?
No Wi-Fi over there. That's fine.
No, that means we gotta go down there and teach them how to do it.
We'll be kicked out in the first 2 seconds. Right, we walk in there and we're like, all right, that sucked, keep going, that sucked. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Let's go to that one. They will be like, get out.
Well, don't they give like a minute each anyway? So we got 1 minute to talk trash
if
about
I'm a
everything.
cigar brand and I see your face, I won't even give you half a second. It's like, and I will literally hire somebody to watch your reviews and then write down all the cigar brands that you reviewed and just never blacklist you from all those brands.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, and you'll be walking around and the only brand that they say, hey, we'll love to be interviewed by you. It will be a GTO.
Oh, that would be amazing.
That would be
Right?
something, huh?
That would be an epic interview. Let me show you something real quick. Do you remember this?
No, let me tell you something real quick. He hands you this paper. This is something I would like to give you.
You've been served.
And then you flip it over, you read it, cease and desist. They were giving media passes away with $100 Amazon gift card. No one cigar wanted to go. Really? What?
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 Nobody want to go for $100? Damn.
Really?
I mean, it's a way smaller show, and the odds that you're gonna get interviews that you probably wouldn't get at PCA because these people are just back to back all day long is pretty good. I mean, I don't understand why they wouldn't go.
I would think that's more intimate because number one, it's cheaper. So you have a more of the small hand, small budget people that would like to go with more interesting stuff. Yes, right? Because a big brand, you gotta know everything about the big brand. Okay, whether you like it or not, they will make sure you know about it. All right, but a small brand, not so much. So I wonder, what's the problem? Other than somebody went to shut down the Wi-Fi, they can't post or something like that, or maybe the interviewer of Half Wheel walking around trying to interview people, and then when they went back to the hotel, the laptop got stolen. I can't think of any reason. Because they're there. It's not like they're not there. So
yeah,
we're not worried about, oh, they didn't go this time, so they are there. So what is stopping them from reporting it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe they're there, but they don't see anything.
Well,
Or
they're
is
supposed to
it
report every stall.
like anything new, right?
Or maybe the after parties are just such epic ragers that they can't get back to the hotel and edit the videos and get them up.
But
They're too
usually they
hammered.
do it on the spot, right? They'll put on and on. Like throughout the day, you'll see multiple posts,
Yeah, you see
right?
multiple uploads.
Yeah, they usually they'll just start dropping them.
But like I'm on their page all day. I refresh all day, and I just don't see anything. In fact, all I see was their advertisements on their webpage now. They have more advertisement on their page now. It's just like what am I looking at? The Davidoff release 2023 American Golden Band Award winners. Let's take a look what that is. Best performance in a single location. Best performance in multiple location. Best growth single location. Best growth in multiple location. U.S. appointed merchant of the year. And that's it. You know, the award category kind of like it's a slap in the face. I don't want to be funny, so, but like, okay, if I have the best performance of multiple locations, shouldn't that mean I beat the guy that's best performance single location too?
You bring up a very good point. That's a little confusing.
You guys know what I'm saying? Like, that means my single location beats theirs. But yeah, I'm not gonna try to pick fight on that one. You know, people when they are in the shows like that, they're so busy mostly after the show compared to in the show. Because after the show, they're like, oh my God, I'm smoked out. And then they went to their bar and stuff like that and talk shit. They don't have time for you. Okay? Yeah. They don't have time for you. They are so busy, so tired. And they had to wake up early in the morning and do it all over again for 6 days. Yeah, I would say not mess with them. Aguinosa is the only video on TV that actually being at TPE. Yeah, I saw that. He was walking around. It's like this is how to get to us, right? I think I saw that.
Yeah, but it was like one or two videos.
Yeah. He was like, oh, come this way, turn left, and then turn right. And he saw somebody on the way. I remember that video. But you can see that there's a lot of stall there. It's just they're not finished. Like, how long does it take to set up at? 1 day, man. Yeah, 1 day, right?
It depends on how what the booth is. I mean,
you can build a house in a day.
I mean, a lot of these are just.
If you have enough manpower, man, damn.
I know. Just from seeing videos from previous years, a lot of them are just 6-foot tables with tablecloths, and then pop up banners in the back, which take you 20 minutes to do. Right.
So how is that like? How do we get to that? Like, if you look at the picture of the setup, like I don't know if I can find a picture. I think they were just not.
I'll pull it up so they don't want the stream to crash.
Huh? Yeah, I'm gonna like something like this is on a halfway web page.
Yeah, that's from the videos that I've seen. That's most of what they do. They've got some bigger guys that do some bigger boosts, but they're not extravagant like PCA.
No, but I think it's like, okay, they're supposed to be there to set it up, right? Like, it looks like they're trying to figure this out and stuff like that. Shouldn't that be done in 1 day?
Oh yeah, I mean,
especially if you're there to try to talk business, right? Try to get people to see what's new and try to get people to sign up for business. You will want to set that up as soon as you can. You're like, the moment doors open, you rush in there, tackles everybody away, grab your stuff and just toss in there, go in there and grab again, toss it in there, assemble this thing like your IKEA master, and then just go at it.
So I've been to a handful of trade shows, and they make you get set up like the night before. You're setting up when the doors are open, you get a fine. If you break down before the end, you get a fine. Yeah, I wonder if TPE just doesn't give a shit. It's weird.
Well, if you
Yeah,
get
'cause you're
organized
thinking you'd
your events like this, no one's gonna go to an event because I'm going to an event and 3 days in and shit's not happening.
Mhm.
Yeah. What's the point, right?
Oh yeah.
And literally you can just tell like who's really care about the business, right? Day one, dude, say ST DuPont done. Right? If they can, ST DuPont has a pedestals and everything to set up. And if they can get it done in 1 day, what the literally the first thing you go in there, the things you can report is about accessories. All the accessories are done.
Yeah.
Bring more people. Just bring more people. It's okay. Even if you had to bring more people on day one and fly them back afterward, tell them to drive home. We don't need that many people here selling. Just go. I just need you guys here to set it up. Right? I don't understand. I'm kind of disappointed. That's not how you organize an event. If you do that like that, the reputation of the event's down. Right?
We don't know, man. We don't know what's going on. We're not there. And
it is because we're not there. That's why there's no reputation. The reputation's down. Because let's say something went bad, right? At half, we always like, oh, this is something happening. There's nothing happening. Then, okay, right? At least they can report what happened. And that happened to make the delay. But they didn't do that. I use about 20% of my phone's battery today on refreshing that one page.
What?
No way.
refresh. What? You'll go cover it next year, 2025? Good luck, Benjamin. Let me know when you can actually get a ticket to go, because that's really just for vendors. You gotta be a vendor.
They give out for media too. So.
Yeah, well, when you have media, you have to prove that you're media. I don't know. Like, do whatever. I'm just saying, if you got in, you got in, right? You got in. Do whatever, we can do it. So.
Yo, I'll be back. My girls called me.
All right. Pretty sure we can get a pass. I know someone or two people. Yeah, that's if the someone or two people is going. If the someone or two people is not going, you can't. I don't think I don't think they're there. There is media. I do have proof. I work on written review. That's not what it means. I think like when you want to say that you're press or media, there's some condition to me. I just don't know how. I don't know. I don't go to that kind of stuff. You're not gonna see me there reporting anything because I'm lazy like that. Yeah. If I'm going to an event, I make somebody else do the picture. I make somebody else do the walking. I make somebody else do the talking because I'm just there to enjoy. And if it's gotta be work, no, I don't get paid enough to do that.
Out.
Right?
Out on that.
No, huh?
Said, yeah, you're right. You'd be out on that.
Yeah. I mean, just ask Josh whenever I go to any of the events. The camera is not on my hand.
No.
I I value my time heavily that I don't think spend the time reporting is gonna pay my salary. Yeah, you gotta value your time. It's like, okay, this is the time we're gonna hang out with my bros. How important is it to hang out with Josh versus taking picture of Martin Amaya?
Right. Yeah.
And I'll be like, I am totally hanging out with Josh and not taking picture of Martin.
It's enjoyment. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Michael.
What up?
What's up, brother?
It's cold.
Oh, I can tell you look cold. So, any idea what's going on with the TPE? There's like nothing happening over there.
Well, it's because it's over. But like it's because next month PCA is next month. So a lot of people were not really attending TPE. They're putting their money to PCA instead.
I thought it's like okay. This TP is over.
Yeah, TPE. It's only 3 days. Yeah.
Wow, there was nothing to report.
Yep.
Wow.
So we're not seeing anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people are saving all the releases for PCA next month
So what is the point to have TPE then? That defeat the point now.
because it's cheaper for some brands to go to TPE versus PCA.
I understand that, but if there was not generating any buzz, no one's going, then it's not.
Well, it did. I mean, there's some stuff that, I mean, obviously did get announced or whatever. There's a lot of retailers that'll go to both because it's not a big deal for them.
All right, so I know that Agrinosa was there. I know that Espinosa was there, and none of those were being reported on Halfwheel.
Or I didn't release anything.
Yeah, that's the thing. They didn't release anything. That means that there was no point to even have that.
Well, it's because they know people were going to be there, and they'll still give show deals, so they'll still try to push some sales.
What does retailer turnout look like at TPE?
It's usually pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like okay. Let's say you get a booth like you saw, like you guys see in the picture, like say the Cuevas' booth or Aganorsa or whatever, because they're all usually in that same little square. That costs say $5,500, something like that, ish. The same size thing at PCA is like 15 grand.
Okay, I understand there's price difference, right? But if you're not gonna be able to generate the same kind of buzz at $5 grand, it's like $5 grand wasted.
Well, no, they're going to generate buzz because the media is still going to be there. But what it is, it's more.
No,
it's
when
just-
we
it's-
say media still got to be there, Halfwheel barely report anything for the 3 day.
Well, I understand that because there wasn't I'm saying there wasn't a whole lot going on. But you got to remember, they're also hitting the clientele of smoke shops as well at TPE, where those people generally would not go to PCA.
That's a good point.
I'm trying to understand the value in it. I mean, I understand what you're saying, right? People are they are still going. We just don't see it. But I think what is important is that people tend to decide what they want to try by seeing the picture and stuff that way ahead of time. That's how you generate the buzz, and that's how you get your money worth. But
Well, it's also going to be a little bit of a down year. It's going to be. It's not going to be outrageous this year. It's going to be a little bit of a down year.
is it?
Well, you got to think about it. You got election. The economy's kind of crappy, so people are trying to figure out ways to really utilize what they have in a way while still trying to come up with something new that's not going to break the bank. That's why you see so many Corojos coming out or something like that, right? There's a glut of it, probably in the manufacturing side. So they're like, hey, let's do what we can make money with, and that's also got buzz at the same time.
I don't know. I really have to compare when that happens and see how the PCA happens. If the PCA just blow them out of the water, TP is not looking good.
Well, and then PCA rescheduled when they were going to do their thing anyways, because usually in July, TP is already lined up for late January, early February. And so then PCA moved it because that's what they're trying to do. PCA is trying to draw people away from TPE because next year it's going to be in New Orleans.
Okay.
So it was intentional. It's some people just had to figure out where they wanted to put their eggs. You know what I mean? What made financial sense for them.
That's what I'm saying. I usually will see a lot of streamer or whatever, and like something like Tim Swanson go there and then just kind of show what they have and what they're ordering and stuff like that. But this time, the only thing he put out was that he was in a hotel. And I guess
I mean, even Brandon said it wasn't too hopping. Said it was like not as much business as he usually does, but he did do business. He said it was just odd because it wasn't the same type of show that it generally is, and that's just because PCA is next month, and I get that. So I know it's confusing because that's a hard choice to have to make.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is. They will generate sales, and it's easy to come out with a profit. It's cheaper for the company. I don't know. Sometimes you gotta see how much it generates, right? So sometimes you just have to spend a little bit more to have a better buzz than not so much of a buzz. You gotta see.
Well, you got to think. You got to think on the retail. You got to think on their side and the retailer side. Say they're going to go to the show. Okay, they're going to be like, "Oh, hey, we're going to go to TPE," and they want to incentivize people to buy from them at TPE because they always do show deals. They wait and they'll wait to do deals specifically for the show, and that's when they'll be, "Hey, you buy 12, get 3 free," kind of thing. You know what I mean? And so that's where the incentivization is for people to come, and versus they're not going to go to a PCA, but they'll incentivize them to come then because they'll have day 1 or day 2 only deals, and you have to be physically at the show to get them from certain people.
Right.
So unless you got like really good relationships and whatnot.
Right. But let's say if you spend 5,000, you can get like 20 deals. Versus you spend 15,000, you can get 100 deals. That makes a difference, right? And that is in proportional to return. 15,000 is not bad.
Yeah, it just depends on where they're at financially,
Is releasing cigar too expensive in 2013 hurts the market? Releasing cigar too expensive in any year hurts the market.
I'd say it's difficult for all parties involved.
Yeah, and here's the thing: it's a lot harder to increase price than you think. If they increase price, everybody complains. Even if it's only a little bit, everybody complains. Regardless whether or not they'll still buy it, they will complain. So.
I mean, everybody's doing it again. It's nominal. Luckily, it's not crazy, but it sucks.
They only really add up once you start in a box perspective, because like 10 cents a cigar is not a lot. 20 cents a cigar is not a lot. But once you buy a whole box of 10, now it's $3 up.
Yeah.
Still not a lot. You pay more than that in gas driving there. But you start to notice it. So 100 and 300 cigar retail holds them still. I don't get it. Ben, I don't get what you mean by that. 100 and 300 cigar retail holds them still. But what? Yeah, I don't get it. But that's okay. I'll allow you rephrase that. That didn't really make sense. But yeah, I was looking forward to seeing a lot of release on different things that are not Gurkha, and that didn't really happen.
Yeah, next month there should be, because people are going to be announcing more stuff, and I figured that's what they were going to be waiting for.
Did they sell out Conviction and Roaring 20 cigars? I know that Conviction is still not sold out. They are everywhere. All right, so I know that they're not sold out. If you think that people are just going to go out there and randomly buy a $100 cigar, that's just not happening.
No.
Especially for that brand, Rocky Patel. It's unheard of for Rocky Patel to release a $100 cigar like that.
Unicorns will fly off the shelf way faster than a $100 Rocky.
Now, keep in mind, Unicorn's been there for like 4 years now, 5 years now. That's been like trying to make that buzz for like that long. And the more people that you see owns a Unicorn, the more people want to get it. It's like just the way it is. So now you see it in a lot of people's hand. They were like, I'm gonna save that money and buy that $100 cigar. To be honest with you, if you gotta buy a Unicorn, you might as well buy a box of cigar.
A box of what?
A box of cigar. It's $100. Go buy another box of cigar somewhere.
Oh yeah, I had a Unicorn, but I wasn't going to spend $100 on that.
Oh,
But Mary,
I
but
still
Mary,
can see what you're saying.
Mary did.
It's if you have, if your humidor is way stocked up, you're going to be less likely to spend money at the at the show because you're already stocked up. But if you're letting your stock dwindle, you need to reorder. Then you're going to really, really take advantage of the deals that they're offering. So they say they're doing like a 50 and 10 or something like that, or 50 and 15 free. You're gonna be able to take advantage of that. So yeah, that's where like it's weird. Everybody tries to plan on when the show's happening, and they don't reorder based on that. So that's why late November, December, and January were pretty dead for like on the wholesale side.
Still human affect the budget.
Very dark.
Yeah, well, yeah, for Ben, every brand, every store, when they sell their inventory, they're able to get more inventory. So if they have inventory, they wouldn't go get more inventory, right? So you're not gonna, if you're a Stop and Shop, you have a whole shelf of Coca-Cola all filled to the brim and like 15 boxes of those at the back room. You're not gonna go order more Coca-Cola, regardless how cheap they are. Because having a full shelf of it right now is telling you that they're not selling right now. They're not doing well right now. So even if they're cheaper, it might not do you well because you technically have to mark them even cheaper to get rid of it because people are not buying right now.
Yeah, the only option they would have is if they go ahead and they do a small advantage on the deal, say because everybody's got generally tiered deals, and say they're going to buy it's a 12 and 3. Buy 12, get 3 free. They'll go ahead and they'll do that. They'll take those 3 free boxes and they'll try to incentivize all the crap that's sitting on the shelf that way by giving it away. Actually, yeah, they're into it if you want to do it that way, but most everybody tries to let their stock dwindle down a bit, so it makes the ordering worse at the time.
Yeah, it's all about what people are smoking at this time. This is what we talked about a while back about how do I describe that? Having too many of new cigars sometimes is bad for the industry.
Yep.
Because you have so many new things, everybody's buying the new things, right? Now, the regular stuff that they stock in the inventory cannot get over. It just doesn't go out, right? They have it stocked. They have, you would think that also, maybe you have a regular that comes to buy 2 boxes of Casa Cuevas every 2 weeks, right? Now that's not happening because this guy's buying all the other stuff, right? And when you are someone that buys multiple different stuff, chances are you're not buying from the same shop because there's too many stuff. Only one shop have this, one shop have that, one shop have this and that. You got to go around and buy all those. And because of that, well, now you're not going back to your regular place to buy your 2 boxes of Casa Cuevas. And that 2 boxes stays there. That caused them to not order the next time that they're supposed to reorder. And you wait another 2 weeks. Some more shit came out. Well, that same 2 boxes is still sitting over there. You buy more shit. So that caused your regular shop or your regular B&M, carrying on that burden of not being able to rotate the stock. And that's why I said, sometimes we talk about this. Sometimes having too many new things puts burden on a smaller shop to having to carry those new things, which a lot of times is impossible. Yeah,
it'd be nice to be able to carry everything. But
yeah, I mean, if everybody can be like, I don't know, Cigars International and just carry every brand out there, yeah, everybody will love it. But when you carry that much inventory, that also means you need that much space. That also means you need that much manpower to keep up with it. That also means you need inventory. That also means you need accountants, all that stuff. It starts to get more complicated as you having to deal with that burden. Yeah, and obviously you will be able to get more client that way, but a lot of time, even if you did get more client, it doesn't translate to profit because you're spending more money to upkeep.
Yep.
So yeah, that's the problem. So we have a few years that's kind of like not so exciting, and those years, regular cigar sales great, right? But when you have a very exciting year, everybody's buying new things. Everybody, keep buying that. Last year, Eric and I, we didn't have to smoke the same cigar at once. That's how much it came out. Which means that, if you think about a cigar shop to keep up, that means they had to keep 365 different facings of cigar. That's ridiculous. That doesn't happen. Imagine how much space you need that.
That's a lot.
And actually, he's not wrong about that. A lot a lot of shops actually don't. They don't turn a lot of inventory during the weekdays. That is very true. That's when they say they don't sell a lot of cigars. That is actually really true.
VMA, they do it.
Notice.
And that's why they have the markup. They have overhead to run. They need that extra income. So a lot of them will determine, or they're counting on the relationships and the regulars that comes here to buy every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, if somebody comes to buy every 2 weeks a box of something, they come back every 2 weeks to buy a box of something. But if something changes, that goes away, and that makes it even harder, right? Roger, you're just Asian. That's for you. Okay.
And that's when you gotta have really good clientele inside the shop that's really to put the legwork in to help people out.
And it really gets to a point where they have to contact their regulars. Hey, I got a box of this. Do you want it? I got a box of that. You want it? Hey, Peter. Hey, Peter. Hey, Peter. Hey, Peter. Hey, Peter. Hey, Peter. And Peter's just like, yeah. And then that's how it works, right? You know, they don't call Eric. Eric had to call them. They're like, just don't bother calling Eric. Eric call us. It's fine. Well, you don't call them? You don't call them?
I don't.
You just drive out. You just drive out there anyway.
Yeah, I just drive. I just go there anyway, so it doesn't matter.
You know, they're like, Eric want to buy some cigar, and Neptune's like, we don't sell to him. We don't sell to him. What are you talking about? No.
Yeah, what the
cancel,
fuck,
cancel,
dude?
cancel.
Fucking Neptune.
Yeah,
don't speak of Neptune to me.
they don't sell it to you.
They fuck with me, man. That's what they're doing.
One of two BNN does 50% off sale 2 times a year to help clear inventory. Yeah, and that would be like, you know, actually technically, if you think of it that way, it's below cost, because of what they do is, you know, they move Keystone, but minus their rent and all the labor and all that stuff, they wouldn't below cost.
The time value of me having it sitting on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ryan does something like that at our lounge here a couple times a year. But what he does is he makes basically bargain grab bags, and there's some pretty cool, like, it's mostly brands that he's probably going to be getting rid of, but he'll also throw in some other stuff too, you know, like some Padrones and stuff like that. So you'll get some really nice cigars in there. But yeah, it's like $200 worth of cigars for $100.
You'll lose on processing fees alone, man.
Oh yeah. He's just trying to get that real estate, man.
Sure.
Mine does that too throughout the year on specific cigar that's just moving. Too many F-bombs in the sentence. Try to use the different words. Exclusion on Davidoff, Ligament, Private, and Patron. Well, yeah, those brands will punish you if you do. Those brands will take away your account if you do.
Yep. Because they don't give a damn.
Yeah. There's the only way around it is like if you don't get caught. There's some shop that does like, we got 2 hours to do this. We'll do 2 hours and then we stop. Right? And yeah, what the hell is Ligament Privates? I was like, what? Ligament Privates? They will do that, and a lot of time,
Liga Privada.
Liga Privada, I bet.
yeah, and a lot of time they will put cigar at a regular price, and they will shove cigars where they can discount in there and balance it out, as if there was a discount, right?
Mm-hmm.
So really, it's like you'll buy these at that price. It's really not cheaper, but we're giving you this cigar technically free as a discount. But so if other brand asks, it's like, why you give our cigar out for free? They're like, no, we discounted these. And when Davidoff go like, why do you discount our cigars? No, we give those cigars for free.
Well, so it's either that or they have the rep. They're like, hey, we need to move this stuff. He's like, hey, you know what? Here's a couple boxes. Do a promotion. Give away freebies. Try to help, you know, move things, create sales. All that stuff. There are a lot of avenues.
Interesting. Some can be discounted. Yeah. There are some brands that will not allow you to get discounted. Projon doesn't give you a discount. Davidoff doesn't get a discount. And then even with a discount, they have a limitation of how much discount you can get. Some will allow you 10%, some will allow you 20%, and there's some that just don't give a shit. If you bought it, you bought it.
Most of them don't want to see it advertised on your, like, they don't want to see it advertised in the store or they don't want to see it advertised on your website. They don't want to see it advertised. You can do private sale with like, like emails or whatever or stuff like that. Then they don't care. They don't want to see it advertised because they perceive it as it making them look cheap.
It cheapens the brand.
Right.
Right.
I had that issue. Well, it was like year and a half ago.
And like,
and I was like, I don't understand what the big deal is.
If you're Davidoff, right, you'll be like, why would I allow you guys to sell it for cheaper when we could put it in our brand and sell it for even higher?
Well, it's true. They do that.
So if you discount it, they'll be like, we don't need your account. We have our own stores. We have our own websites. We have, all that stuff. They don't need you. You wanted to carry our cigars. Like that, right? Perjon, same thing. You wanted our brand. We didn't need you. Get the hell out of here. Perjon doesn't give a shit. So it's one of those things that
it goes
are
a
big
lot.
enough to do it.
And then if a retailer has a little bit of a clout, I had that where I was $2 cheaper on a box than another retailer advertised, and that's where it became a problem. And I know which retailer it was, and I was like, okay, I mean, they do a lot of business. I can't complain at them for doing that because I have to stay within good terms with the brand and all that kind of stuff. Everybody's got to kind of play ball together. So yeah, it depends.
$2. They're complaining over $2.
Yep.
How many people will change where they order from for $2?
I'm just saying it happened, and it was really
Michael,
weird.
$2 on the box or $2?
I was $2 per box cheaper.
Wow, that's a little petty.
So it's like 10 cents.
It was very petty.
10 cents off per cigar.
Yeah.
Wow. That's petty. I don't know.
Yep. So it's crazy. It happens.
Josh, do you want to ask your question now that he's here? You want to ask that question?
Oh, okay. Yeah, Michael. So I noticed something interesting. So the picture of the Oscuro La Mandaria that you posted, you should compare that to what Half Wheel posted.
Yeah, I saw theirs. Yeah, it is.
It's shaggy.
I was like, what the hell? Yeah,
and
that was the initial. That was the initial one. Half Wheels is because of the lighting is why it looks so light. But that was the initial press picture that Cuevas let us have.
So are they supposed to be shag? Are they not supposed to be?
They're going to be a shaggy foot, and it's still supposed to be a 20 count cabinet style box and all that stuff.
Wait, so your picture is not the correct one? I thought that's an actual thing you had.
No, I don't have it.
Okay,
that was a press photo.
Yeah, because this multiple thing that's different. Number one is that the color is different, right? Number two, the box is not even the same color.
One's like a lacquered orange kind of. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I noticed that once Half Wheels released it, and I was like, what the hell?
But your thing is like your picture is way darker. Way darker.
And the cigar, it's an Oscuro, so it's going to be a darker it's a San Andres Oscuro, so whatever. We'll see.
How does cigar picture sells Patron so
made it
cheap?
look so delicious. I was like, that looks really good. Nice, dark, oily.
I didn't like Half Wheel's picture either. It looked really like it is not doing it very good of a justice.
No.
Interesting. How does cigar page sell Patron so cheap? When you say sell Patron so cheap, what do you mean by so cheap? Patron is never cheap.
Are they talking like the 1000 series or something?
Yeah, if you're doing the
That
1000
happens
series, up to, those are supposed to be cheaper, and those are nothing special. Those are just like regular. It's like for people to get into the cigar kind of thing. It's a basic cigar.
You guys have no idea what I went through with Neptune. Only Tony know. Only Tony know that story.
Yeah.
Fucking shit.
Yeah, I mean, he placed order with Neptune many times. Not like he did it, but after he moved, they canceled his order a few times.
Yeah. And like before, I ordered from them all the time until I have issue, and they They refuse to fix it.
Yeah, even though it went through, they just don't want it. They're like, it looks sketchy. This guy was supposed from Georgia. He wanted to send him to Texas. No,
No.
no,
Cancel on me twice.
twice. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the problem. So that's why he have a beef. Anyways, I need another cigar. What should I smoke? Good question. Might as well. All right. So yeah, while we're here again, 20-something people here. Questions, concerns, anything you have, ask away. Even the 1964 anniversary torpedo is below some other retailers. Now, there's some other exception where people can sell cigars below their price to attract other people to buy stuff from your cigar shop. Is that, I correct me if you're wrong, Michael. If someone bought it from a wholesaler, they are not bound to any regulations.
Yes, that is the gray area. That is very true. So yeah, if you buy it from a wholesaler, you don't have to adhere to the pricing agreement, and you can do stuff like that. But then it also can burn bridges for you. So it's a very shady thing to do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and you know, keep in mind if you buy cigars from wholesaler, you already probably burned that bridge. So when they don't sell it to you to start with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, same thing. I was 2 years ago, whenever it was, I had an opportunity to do a deal. It was been a side deal with somebody for like Opus and stuff like that. But the way he wanted to do it would have been a very, very bad business move if somebody were to find that out. So I told him no.
So yeah, so some cigar shop, in order to attract new buyers to jump on their website and stuff like that, they will do some stupid stuff like that, just so that you'll buy something and then they will make it so the price. For example, if I say if you buy $200, you get free shipping, and I make the shipping $25, but I'll make the individual cigar super cheap. You end up having to buy other stuff to make up that difference. So that's kind of like how they do it, so that you'll be experiencing a new way of buying new website. And if you receive the cigar, you're like, oh, this thing is great, yeah, I like it, and you'll go back to buy it, and next time, so long as they hold enough inventory, you'll try to make to that $200. And that's what I usually do. Like if I had to pay shipping, I usually will wait until I have a good shopping cart before I order. Yeah. And which is sometime a big regret, because by the time I waited for that cart to fill, half the stuff was
Gone. Yep. I fucking hate that. I do that too.
Yep.
But like at the time, sometimes it's really annoying to have to pay $15 shipping, even though I know that's how much it costs to ship.
Mm-hmm.
But $15 a cigar.
Michael, I'm curious. You said it was with the Opus thing. It was a shady thing. Is this? We're live, so I'm not going to throw out any names. But is that the guy that's a family member of someone
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, this sounds like something he would do.
Yep. And he's like, so, say I want to, we're gonna work a deal here. I'm gonna give you, I'll send you, some Lost Cities and some Purple Rains and blah blah blah, and then you sell it, you take your percent, you give me money back, but I'm fronting it to you. I was like, that's cool. I don't know you very well, and that sounds like a really bad idea, because you're not supposed to be selling that crap online to begin with. So,
You can't sell those online? Yeah, you can sell those online.
and at that time, you were not allowed to.
Really? Because
Yes.
that's why Fox got sell all the time.
Well, it was, and then you take in to even sell those, you have to be a certain tier with Fuente, anyways. So that would have been a very bad deal all the way around.
And keep in mind, Fox Cigar, yes, they have a online shop, but they're also brick and mortar, right?
Right.
So there's kind of where that another gray area is.
I despise paying for shipping. I enjoy buying for local shops to support them, but buy and large better deals can be had online. Yeah,
Yeah.
online is usually 90% of the time gonna be cheaper than your brick and mortar,
Yep.
right? So, and we're done. We're done what? Am I frozen?
No, we're not.
So what was and we're done?
It's just Matt. He's done.
Okay, so supporting your brick and mortar shop is a good thing. Yes, it keeps a location for you and your locals to be able to go there, hang out, including people who is visiting and all that stuff. But at the same time, that's when you gotta evaluate what your budget is and
Yeah.
how you gotta spend your money, because they are usually higher and you're supporting them. You know it's gonna higher. Like before you walk in there, you know it's gonna be higher, right? Before you walk into your brick and mortar, you know you're gonna buy 3 cigars for the price of 5. All right, so that's what you're paying for. That's what the line is drawn, right? So you're not gonna do that all the time. At the same time, you get benefits. For example, you know, if you know your local shop well and they're willing to help you to get the cigar that you want, you might benefit from it, right? And you know, you can go to events and stuff. That's fine. That's, you know, there's also special deal when the rep is there. You know, you can get that. But online shop is start to be the norm where, you know, you order your regular stuff. So like, you know, if I want 2 boxes of this and 2 boxes of that regularly, I will do that on the online shop. If I want to go try out a cigar before I buy a box, you should go to your local lounge, grab a cigar and smoke, right? You're paying about 10% more to be able to taste it, one, and before you buy it. That's not that bad. So long as your local shop is actually that good. Some local shop carry shit. I mean, my local shop carry shit. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah,
my
there's
local
some that don't carry nothing, man.
When I say carry shit, don't get me wrong. It's not they don't carry cigars, they don't carry good cigar. It's that they carry majority heritage brands. Majority. And they will rape you on anything that's good. I remember buying an Andalusian bowl from our local shop for like $48 or something like that.
Eesh. Ooh.
I tell the truth, I would too if I see it.
All right. So they will rape you. And like literally, they will try to sell Davidoff Royals. Like you can only buy 1 stick at a time, and they had to sell you the box separately.
What?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
What the fuck?
So that's what I'm saying. The local shop will rape you sometimes.
But that's
Oh,
not
I'd say
that
that's-
rare.
It's not, but for
Right?
them, it's hard for them to carry it. Keep in mind, they kind of discount it, but like, you know, it wasn't that big of a discount.
Well, that's another thing. Every state's got different taxes and tax systems and all that stuff. That's why I get a lot of orders from like New York. I mean, a lot for me because they don't want to pay that 75%.
Yeah.
You know, so they're like, okay, I can get a box of cigars for $200. Holy crap! Heck yeah.
Stick and spoken. What do you look for? What do you look for at a good lounge B&M? Would you ever get a membership at a lounge? So far, I have not.
Comfortable, cool people. Comfortable and cool people, and decent selection. Because I can deal with like a not super dynamic selection if they're really cool people and it's a comfortable lounge.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I have few things that I had to meet. Comfortable place. I can smoke my own so long as I buy enough. Okay. Okay selection. You don't have to be amazing selection, but give me an okay selection where I can buy enough so I can smoke my own shit. That's what I need.
I like a big ass selection, man. I need a big ass selection from. If I like a lounge, I like a huge selection.
But like for me, like, you know, if I'm buying specific stuff, I'm probably buying online. So that doesn't matter to me, right? But if your rule is like, if you gotta smoke 5 cigars of your own cigar, buy 5 cigars, I will buy 5 cigars. No problem.
Yeah.
Right? But some cigar lounge don't do that. So that's make me don't want to go. But you know, if I'm gonna smoke 5 cigars, I will buy 5 cigars from you. In fact, I'll buy a box of cigars so that I can smoke a few cigars of my own. Don't give me shit about it. But if somebody give me shit about it, I wouldn't want to go. But like, you know, at the same time, you gotta have enough selection for me to buy something. Like, you know,
Yeah, exactly. So they go back to the big selection, you know.
if I go in there, you have half a wall of a shop special, you know, budget sticks that you have, you know, for your shop, and then you have heritage, like entire freaking wall of it, and then you have of something that is popular recently. That's gonna make it really hard for me to buy something, you know, because I'm not gonna buy cigars that I don't particularly want to smoke. So if you have something like, if you have something new, for example, right now, if you put out, if your lounge has, wow, sounds like rain. Matt is there? Matt?
Yo,
Yo.
sorry.
If okay, you're a shop right now, you have Year the Dragon Punch on the table right now. And I brought my own, like one of these and walk in, right? And then and then you're like, yo, you gotta smoke your own, you gotta buy some. I would just go buy that entire box of the Dragon and start smoking my own, right? And then you won't give me shit. I'll order some drinks and whatever, and I gotta have a good time. And in fact, that will make me want to go back again next week, right? But if I go in there and says, hey, it's policy, I don't care what you bought, you can only smoke our own, then yeah, got a problem.
I don't know. So far, there's only lounge right now that I like. They're actually Elite in Plano.
Elite, was that the one we went?
Yeah.
With the really,
With the white panda.
yeah, okay. He didn't bother me for smoking whatever we have too.
No, he
But we
didn't bother
bought-
nothing. He was very cool, chill, let you do anything.
Yeah, we bought a cigar there. Like the first thing you go to a cigar lounge is to really sit down and then go into the humidor buy something anyway,
Yep.
right? So if we bought something, you know that we bought something, don't bother us. You know, that's my thing. Right? And would I ever pay for membership? Most likely not. Why? Because
Never.
I don't
I
go
would
to the lounge
never
enough.
because I don't use the lounge enough.
I don't use the lounge enough. I will never probably have to put my cigar in their locker because that locker.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I've seen Josh's locker. You can put a pair of shoes in there. It's full.
Dude, I've got about, so I did a count recently. I've got about 140 in there. Jake Hinkle built me a shelf so I can like organize it, and it's
Yeah, but it's true, right? If I put a pair of like, I don't know, and that doesn't have a pair. I put one of Shaq's shoes straight into there. It's full. And knowing how stupid we buy stuff sometimes, it's not gonna be a good organization. I'll forget about it. I will literally forget about it if I don't go there enough.
Yeah, like I don't see the point of having it. To tell the
Yeah.
truth.
It will end up to be like, Josh, go to my locker and smoke those cigars. I don't remember what's in there. It's probably molded by now. Clean out those
I
mushrooms.
guess it'd be more of those people that don't they don't have a place to smoke at home or anything like that.
It's for those people that regularly hang out there, like 3 or 4 times a week, minimum,
Yeah.
for that to make
Yeah.
sense. If you
Yeah,
don't
I'm
go
at
there
the-
that often,
like-
there's no point.
I'm at the lounge a couple of times a week, you know. I mean, so it makes sense for me, and then I get, you know, a discount for a locker member and stuff like that. But yeah, if you only go every blue moon, a membership probably wouldn't behoove you. We've got a couple of people that have bought lockers just so they can get on the poker text, because we allow, you know, other people to come and play poker, but locker members have first dibs, right? So some people have bought lockers just so they can get first dibs on poker.
All right, questions. Let's see. They have trouble moving at a discount sometimes. Yeah, it depends on what cigar. Sometimes they just don't move. And how do some online cigar shop get away with charging tax? How does that work? Most states are not required to charge your local tax if you're more than 3 states away.
It's state by state because I had to deal with that. So there's origin states and remittance states. Arizona is an origin state. That's why I only have to collect tax for in-state residents. I don't have to collect tax for anybody else. It depends on the state and what their laws are. They're trying to change that federally, and everybody's hoping that doesn't ever happen, because then that would really suck and make it a big pain in the butt.
Yeah.
So let's put it out there, okay? It technically doesn't make any difference, supposedly, in the how it's written by law. Because at the end of the year, when you report tax, they ask you how much out-of-state stuff did you buy without paying local tax, and you're technically supposed to report that. Technically, right? I do report it because I bought a lot of shit, and I'm pretty sure if they audit my bank statement, they will see it. So I report it. But
No, I don't report nothing.
that's you. But I tend to get audited, so don't want to take that risk. Okay, so I will report. I'll report it even if I didn't. Okay, there are sometimes something that's so small I don't care. I like if I buy something $50 and they want to charge me tax afterward, I don't give a But like if I bought a Year of the Dragon at $2,500, I report whatever I bought. Okay, and in fact we pay tax on that anyway, so. That didn't matter.
Yeah, we pay tax on that for sure.
Yeah. And also it matters. Okay, some state will charge you local tax if they have store presence in your local shop, in local state. So, for example, if you're in the state of New York, they decided to order Davidoff online, they will still charge you New York tax because Davidoff had presence in New York. That's the difference. Okay, next question. Are Diamond Crowns and Multi Crystal Lounge better?
The Monte Cristo lounge I've been to was way nicer than a lot of other lounges.
They're pretty swanky. Pretty swanky.
You gotta also put in the effect of the level of the shop. Sometimes is equivalent to the level of money that you had to spend in there. So, and there are some snobby shop where they require a dress code and membership. So there, you got to put that in perspective as well.
Okay.
We did like the lounge in Miami, the Davidoff lounge. So, but then again, before you got to smoke a cigar, a lot of money went out.
Yep.
Cam Newton's lounge in Atlanta, you had to be dressed up in a suit.
I'm surprised Matt didn't warn us about how much markup they have in the Davidoff in Miami.
Yep.
Their markup is not normal.
No warning at all.
Well, yeah, and that's why, like, when I found my SD DuPont there, and I called my boy back in Dallas, and he was like, "No fucking way, that's not what they're charging. Here's what it costs." Here, so I bought it from them instead.
Yeah, so their markup is not normal markup. So it's equivalent. They take that markup to pay for their lounge, right?
Yep.
So,
Yeah,
pay for everything in there.
Experience.
Let's see. What about TAA shop? What about it? TAA shop is just specialized shop that release TAA, able to sell TAA cigars.
Yeah, they have to belong. They have to belong to the TAA, and they have to sell X amount to be considered a TAA shop, and all these things that go into it, and that's where they get the exclusivity to that. And there's only like 120 shops or 110, something like that, in the United States.
But funny how the way it is that I don't think anybody ever have trouble finding TAA cigars.
No.
Exactly.
So I don't think you don't have to worry about TAA stuff. Once TAA is out there, just type the cigar name you want on Google. You'll find plenty of places that sells them. Never have a problem. Enzo Tempa. I don't know what Enzo Tempa is about. Moving forward. Johnny, have you been to the lounge that used to be a church? Moving forward. Cigar Cave in Palm Harbor had 8 the other day. Limit 2 per customer. I have no idea what you're talking about. Plume.
Plume is mold. Mold is plume. It's the same thing.
You gotta listen to our podcast about Plume, and then you can move on. Is it true that only certain shops are allowed to sell Opus X? Kinda.
Yeah.
So it's really
You
hard
have
to
to
get
be
an
at a certain
account.
tier.
Yeah.
That's why they're hard to find, man.
Yeah,
And like
certain
when you-
tier. You have to be a certain tier with Fuente, just like people that sell Ligas. You have to be a certain tier with Drew Estate to be able to sell Ligas.
Yeah.
And you have to carry a lot of open stuff that you don't want to carry
Yeah.
in order to get some of the stuff that people want to carry. It's kind of, in a way, I guess, lack of better word, snobby way. But their target customer is like that. Their target store, right? So they don't want us to sell it to a store where they cannot upkeep those inventory and spend that kind of money, because then in the end, you'll probably have to downsell those and liquidate those. They don't want to make the brand look bad. So they test you by saying that unless you can carry all these, you're not going to carry any. Right? So they test them, make sure that they have the finance to do it before they do it. Just like anybody who carry Davidoff, you got to carry the entire core line before you can carry anything else.
Mm-hmm.
They are forced to do that. Now, some of the line, they're like, okay, you can carry these things, and then you can carry the rest. They're like, you got to carry the entire core line. One of each facing. Minimum 2 boxes before you get these.
And sometimes I see people carry a whole bunch of Fuente stuff, but they still don't get no opens because they didn't to that level yet. Still.
Yeah, they didn't spend enough.
Yeah.
They didn't spend enough per year.
They had to spend
it's an outrageous amount.
And once in a while, they'll be like holding the holy grail. It's like, okay, you've been carrying our brand for a long time. You don't have anything good. We have this 1 box of this you can sell.
One.
And then they'll take that 1 box and then try to find everybody's like, hey, we got one about this. Would you like it? It's like, yeah. You can buy 1 stick.
Yep.
Right? So, like, it's, to be honest with you, if I'm a store, I'm just, I got entire box, first come, first serve. You buy it, go.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
still
come
gonna
on,
be
you
the same
get
amount
rid
of
of
money.
it as fast as you can. You're like, you're gonna show freaking a Fuente, like, hey, boom, I was done. So
Yeah, if you want to be like one of those, like, you gotta buy a box before you can buy a stick, that turns people off. I understand why, and there's obviously a financial reason for that, but still, if you gotta do that, just do it to one person. You can buy the entire box, you buy 3 boxes.
Oh yeah, I'll be like, this box is $5,000. They want it. It's sold later.
gone.
Right?
Gone.
Right? Or I'd be like, I will make it the markup high enough for this entire box that makes sense, so that I don't have to sell those 3 boxes too. I can sell those 3 boxes later.
Yeah, I've gotten offers like that before. We're like, well, if we give you this, you can sell this, but they need to buy this so that they can have one of these. And I'm like, I don't like that idea. It makes sense. Just feels bad.
I mean, like I said, I can see why, but as a consumer, that sucks.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, if you can't sell me that entire box, I'll go somewhere else. They will make the entire box money, right? And you had to go through the trouble to sell these 20 cigars. Good luck. Right? If you want to go through the trouble and make an extra few bucks, first is you can just give me the markup and I'll buy the entire box.
Yep.
Like, negotiate, right? It's like, okay, you can buy this entire box at this X amount of money, or you can buy 1 stick, and if you buy these one, just give me the options, right? And I'll weight the option, I'll see what I can do. But if you don't even give me the options, you can only buy 1. Limited 1 per customer. Can I buy it 15 times?
I hate when I have to do that because, like, man, I literally just want the box. Just give me the whole box and call it a day, and you don't have to worry about selling it singly. Like, seriously.
Right? Because in the end, you try to get rid of your inventory and sell it, right? Negotiate. Don't try to go like, 1 stick. I understand, but like, do you want me to buy it 15 times? I can make 15 orders.
They're like 1 per day. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
Right? Just be like that shop where Bob goes to. Give me the entire box of 4 sticks. Right? So yeah, it's one of those things that I feel like shops are forced to do that, but at the same time, I think that there's other way around it that would be better, right? And to be a shop that gotta have a long time relationship, it's better to be honest, right? Honest is the best way to do it. Just like, hey, this is the box that I need to make X amount of money on. If you give me that, if I give you that deal and with that X amount of money added on there, I'll sell you the entire box. then that would make sense.
Well, and it's at the owner's discretion to do what he wants, honestly.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because
like I said, I
I've been-
understand.
Yeah, so many lounges where they're like, on the shelf it says, 1 per customer, 2 per customer, whatnot, and then the owner's sitting there with me and he's covering the sign up. He's like, "Don't worry about that, Matt. You take as many as you want."
Right.
And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Again, that's relationship, right? There's always the benefit of relationship. You spend enough money where he rather keep you as a customer than making that extra amount of money. And like I said, that's in the beginning before Matt joined us. The relationship with your local B&M, that's the thing. That's what you can get out of it when you pay extra amount of markup there, right?
I've lost essentially an entire boxes of cigars because they got lost in the mail. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna make it right for them. It sucks, but that's part of treating them right. It's the same idea. You know what I mean? Good relationship with people. Treat them fair no matter what.
Now here's a shameless plug I want to put out there. I never had a problem with buying stuff from Michael. All right, even though his selection is limited, but if that's what you're looking for, I can't find any better deal anywhere else unless someone's breaking the rules. So
Right.
True.
all right, so like Legion members gets Legion discounts, gets and the shipping. I don't know if anybody's seen those jokes. You go out there, it's like, did you order for Michael? You should get it by now. Well, just place the order today. Well, you should have it by like 5 p.m. today.
I don't understand how it happens. I really just don't get it, but it's awesome.
So yeah, that little shameless plug out there. Check those out. I mean, I know that Michael's going through a little bit of inventory replenishment. It takes a little bit, but yeah, check it out. Check it out. Box buyer keep the shop in business. They should get preference. Yeah, that's really. I really think box buyer is most important to the shop than single buyers, right? Because the box buyer move inventory. By moving inventory, you're allowing the shop to get better discounts. And you're like, oh, all those people stick that they're cleaning out your box, but cleaning out your box slowly isn't gonna get you those deals. But you just heard like Michael say, you buy like 10, you get 3 free or something like that. You had to move those boxes to be able to get that kind of deal. If you don't move the boxes, you can't. You just have stock of inventory, and you can't do anything about it, right? You buying 1 box every 2 weeks, that's a lot faster than having people buying 1 stick at a time every day. Just putting it out there, technically, right? Bob's box are legit, yeah. It fooled me once. The second time, I'm kind of ready for it. Even though I still spill my coffee. Second time, I'm ready for it. Well, keep in mind, Matt buys good quantity. We're talking about like, if you was putting in the luggage, you would think that's like, if you just scan through like an X-ray that's kind of broken, just have like blobs. It just goes through, you think that's body, like dissected in bags. Because every time he buys cigars, like, what'd you get? He's like, yeah, I got this entire bag is full. Like, the zip bag's all the way full. And it's like, yeah, I got this bag too. I said, what'd you get? And he's like, and then you're like, yeah, I can read all that. That's great, man. That's great. And then, he'll have pretty much everything that he doesn't smoke. Right. He puts in the humidor and not smoke it. This is why nobody gets to bomb Matt, because you bomb him, he'll never smoke them.
Yep. Never smoke a cigar when you bomb him.
Yeah. He'll be like, this is my holy grail, put in like one of those toothpick pedestal, like ding, like a samurai sword, just like that thing.
But I don't know. I said Matt a cigar. He don't even know we have it, so I have no idea no more. I was keeping it for treasure, safekeeping, but he lost that shit. I don't know if he found it or not.
I didn't lose it. I told you it's in the same bag. It's all together.
Probably rolling around the floor on
But
in his
I got the
humidor.
mystery solved, though. I got the mystery solved. If you want Matt to smoke your cigar, there's only one way for Matt to smoke your cigar.
Meet him at a fucking lounge and cut it for him.
You had to literally meet him at his house and kind of guilt him into smoke it, and he will smoke it.
Like, man,
Well,
you've been saving long enough. It's our friendship. Now just crack that open, all right?
Well, no. I mean, yeah, you come to my house, we'll drink some whiskey. That's the time to smoke those cigars.
You see, I cracked the mystery. That's the only way that he will smoke your cigar. So, like, you know, when you're like 90 years old, visit his place, and then you walk into his humidor, by then the door is like creaks. And then you look at it and say, is that the cigar I gave you 40 years ago? You're like, yeah, now is the time to smoke it.
Nice and age, baby. Nice and age.
It'll be like, well, yeah, I think that's it.
I can't tell. What does that say on it? You know? And that will be the time he like crack it up and smoke it. Like, but then the moment he picks it up, you like disintegrate into powders because it's so long. He's like, well, there you go. Ashes to ashes.
Damn, that tasted good.
Breathe it in. Yeah, Matt does have a lot of cigars. He's one of those that will probably have trouble smoking through his inventory as well. So,
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
he's to a point where he had to expand his humidor. So,
Yep. Coming this spring.
yeah, when he started his humidor, he could fit 2 Zuma wrestler in there. Now he can barely fit himself in there.
Yeah.
That's a
For
problem.
real.
That's a problem. See, that's cigar collecting. There's a problem.
Nah, ain't no
And
problem.
this is okay. Bring back to this thing. Newbies, when you buy a cigar, don't be so eager to buy a humidor. That humidor will be rendered useless in weeks once you have a humidor.
Absolutely.
Okay, don't go so eager to buy a humidor. You know, in fact, if you want to buy a humidor, this is what you do. First, collect 1,000 cigars. Then go buy an actual $4,000 humidor. It might sound ridiculous and make me sound like a douchebag, but
No, it's true. Because like you're gonna be buying, oh, I'm gonna buy a 50 count humidor, and all of a sudden it's full, and then you go, I'm gonna get like a little 150 count, whatever, new air, and then it's full, and you got 50 things of Tupperware everywhere. All these problems, just go big, go big.
right? If you have one of those big ones, it will last you a long time, and you have never run out of space. Okay. If you buy those small one, each one of them is $100, $200, $300. You'll have more than 10 of those before you know it.
No, man. I have 2 humidor right now that fucking could hold over 2,000 cigar, and I'm out of space, boys.
That's what I'm saying. And those 2 on actual retail value, you're very close to those $4,000 humidors. You're very close, right? So if you buy those $4,000 large whole wall kind of humidor, you're all set.
Hey, Tony, you know why I can't do that, okay?
I know you can. That's why I say collect 1,000 cigars first for newbies before they go out and think about whether or not they need a humidor. Because if you cannot get to that number, you never have to worry about it. If you only have 300 something cigars, you'll be done in a year. Smoke one a day, you'll be done in a year. Right? In fact, if you have 600 something cigars, 700 something cigars, that'll be done in a year. If you just smoke 2 cigars a day, you'll be done in a year.
Smoke 2 a day and be done.
Right? That is not a lot. You'll smoke through it. Don't worry about it. You know, get a box of empty box from cigar. Like, be like Bob. Go get the cigar box, you know, with 3 cigars in there and put the rest of the cigar in there. You'll be fine. Right? But if you gotta collect 300 cigars, keep them in the Ziploc bag that you buy it from. Smoke through them. Can't hear you.
You're muted.
You want me to grab the ones I got right here on the counter?
Yeah, go do it.
In a Ziploc bag?
Yeah, go grab a bag.
true.
Go grab a bag, show people.
Oh,
Let me
shit.
see.
Oh, shit. I can't wait.
Right? Those Ziploc bags, those freezer bags can keep a lot of cigars. And, you know, I honestly would be really honest, 500 cigars is not that much if you keep in those bags.
Damn, boy. Holy shit, they're full.
I mean, that bag probably have like 20, 30 cigars in there,
That's over 20, bro.
right? So 10 bag, you're all set for the year. Why bother buy a humidor?
It doesn't look pretty, but it works.
well, that's the thing. Do you want a pretty, or do you want? Here's the thing: if you spend the $4,000, it will look very pretty. In fact, when you move, you take that with you.
I can't, Tony. I'm not moving that shit.
You'll be moving your 2.
Yeah, but you know, it's only 2 that I could actually carry.
I'm not looking forward to moving my wine fridges. That's not going to be fun. Those things are heavy.
That's a big boy.
Like, you know, 4,000 humidor is not easy to move, man.
You take the trays out. You have another person help you out. You'll be able to move that, and that is gonna last you a good lifetime, rather than a $100 humidor.
Yeah.
And the circulation in that humidor is gonna be way better than your little tiny humidor. Chance of that large
Go
humidor
haywire,
get bad and stuff like that,
very low.
very low, very low. Right? So you want to save that money, all right? Now every time you think of buying humidor, put $300 away. 10 times you got that humidor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how do you think I feel? I can't take mine with me.
You can build another one. You can afford it. Shut up.
I haven't been on with you in a while, Matt.
601 blue.
Yeah.
Where's your lago?
Nice.
Locker room.
Locker room.
Nice.
Right?
I don't know.
So, you know, just keep in mind when you're a newbie, you're like, oh, you know what? I want to buy this. I want to buy that. Some of the stuff you can buy, whatever, you know, cutter, lighter, whatever. But humidor, ask anybody who entered the game and start buying humidors, they will tell you that they're full.
Tell the truth, right? Like, I didn't buy my humidor until now, and it's been 7 years. I didn't buy it till this year.
Yeah, you don't need it. It really is a convenience and makes you feel good. But if you want to feel good, you go all out or don't go at it at all. Because you see all those little boxes there? I don't remember what's in there.
I only have one 100 count humidor. That's it.
Yeah, I just keep getting those things. I have this, I have that, I have this, and this more on top. I don't remember what's in there. But when you have a full humidor, every time you just open one place, you know all your cigars at, you're all set.
One of my Pelican coolers, I don't ever remember what's in there because I forget about it. And then I open it, I'm like, oh, look at all this has been in here for like, this stuff's really old, like 5-6 years old. I have no idea. I'm like, okay, close it back.
Yeah, I have a certain place in my humidor where I put like extra special cigars away, and I totally fucking forget about them. Or if the box is there, I'll tuck it away in the back, and then it's like completely forgot about till one day I decide to go through the shit, and I'm like, holy fuck, I forgot about those.
Talking about, I need to go grab a Francia almost bagel because I bought that box and forgot about it. Let me back.
So I put out these cabinets to put my cigar in there. That's not a lot of cigar in here. I don't know how many cigars in here, but there's not a lot of cigar in there. I personally know it's a lot of cigar. It's full. I don't remember what's in here. So do you really need that many little tiny ones that you try to keep track what's in there? Because I have 3 of these right now in my basement with cigars. One of these in here, one of right in front of me right here, and I have another double door cabinet that has cigars in there. And I don't remember what's in there.
Any new cigars coming out that we're excited for?
Yes.
They haven't released all that information. That's what I'm talking about. It's really hard to be excited. You know what? EPC Encore Black.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. The new La Mandaria.
And
And then Patina's got his new blend that's coming out is like, it's going to appeal to the market of people that actually like strong cigars because it's punchy, it's got some pepper, and it's actually got like strength to it because he needed something that like elevated his wheelhouse that he's been from what he's been selling. So that one's actually really good.
Yeah, it's that Encore Black is the one that like literally, if Michael didn't give me a box, we can't be friends anymore.
Exactly. I think that's a broadleaf wrapper on that one too and stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
So yeah,
it looks nice.
Based on all the information that has come out, that's the one I'm most excited for. I think for Eric is the Padron Legend, Padron and Fuente, that one.
Yeah,
and
Padron and Fuente.
which I
It's
can
funny
see
because
why.
they announced it
Oh, no.
a couple years ago.
There's one more
They
for
announced
me
it a couple
too.
years ago. We're like, yeah, awesome. And then
Yeah, they delayed it, right? Probably the box issue. Who knows?
Yeah.
I got one more. It's the Opus one too, the blue Opus.
Okay. But those information were released before this year, so yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
20 count
next
box with
month,
Uncle Block, most likely.
when PCA happens next month, there'll be a lot more buzz about a lot of things.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's 20 count, because I think majority of EPC cigars are 20 count. So
Yeah, he swapped over to 20 count just because of the
Mhm.
cost factor of the boxes and all that stuff.
now, one of the things I still been waiting for is the ultra premium from Casa Cueva. That news kind of died out.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be. It's because he wasn't going to release it this year because of the way the economy is.
Mhm.
He didn't want to. He didn't want to have that kind of product and just setting essentially is probably what would happen.
What is this? 10 count box Encore bulk. Wait, Encore Block is 10 count?
He may do it. I haven't gotten the box size yet. He may do an initial launch of 10 count like they have with everything, except for like the Allegiance. They didn't do that, but the Pledge was 10 count originally. The Encore was 10 count originally. The La Historia was 10 count originally. So might be because it's probably going to be. I think it's going to be like $13 or Robusto size ish.
That's actually not. That's like the same thing as Encore, kind of.
Yeah, they're gonna it's, that's the Perez Carrillo line, so that's like their higher end. They also are planning on releasing some more midline blends that are going to be a little more. I mean, it's going to be their stuff, but it's going to be a little more budget friendly. So next tier down between, I think they're going to be between like $8 and $10. So that's gonna be a good thing too.
I just had my first try of the Antifa. It was good. I'm not looking forward to the Plasencia Year of the Dragon. There's just too many Year of the Dragon, so I will say before you buy them, watch our review first, because you'll be very surprised. You'll be very surprised.
I think what you should do is you should cut all of them and tape all the Year of the Dragons together.
I am not gonna smoke like this, no.
And then just have a nice 12-hour smoke.
I would die. Only been smoking for a little over a year, so I want to know 10 count box is a new thing. I feel like 25 bucks is 10 count box is not really newer things. Usually 10 count boxes for higher price cigars so that they'll be, well, number one, they look better in presentation. Number two, it's easier for people to buy.
Yeah.
Something count box ain't easier, bro.
Oh, trust me, if they made it for the same cigar, if they make it 20 count, it will be a lot harder.
Yeah, because most people are used to spending between say $140 and $175 on a box, $120, $175 on a box. So if they go a 10 count and it's a $12 cigar, it's still $120. It's still within those people's price range. So
Now, let's not forget, 10 count is not a box.
right, and even on my side, when they're doing a deal, you have to buy 2 10 counts to equate to a 20 count to actually to get a deal. So it works on both sides.
10
One thing I
count.
heard about 10 count boxes is they're just so wide, right?
Yeah.
So doing that Tetris in the humidor,
It shocks.
yeah, just having those 20 count chests are just so much easier.
But 10 count box is better in presentation, to me.
Yeah,
at
oh,
least. Yeah, so.
Because they're
And
all
what the-
spread out and yeah.
And if they do the Encore Black and it's going to be a 10 count, what they'll probably do is like they did with the original Encore, where it'll have the metal divider, or not the metal, the wood dividers inside the box and all that stuff to get that really sweet presentation at first. And I'm sure they'll probably move it over to 20 counts after a while.
But think about this, okay? Making 10 count boxes costs them more money.
Yeah, it
So
does.
it's actually more hassle for them to make sure that it's within that price range and not, because for the same amount of cigar now they had to make twice as many boxes.
Yeah, because that box price is spread out over 10 cigars instead of 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
you're
price
looking
will
at
go
like
up just a little bit.
Their boxes are very nice always. So you're looking at wholesale side of probably $8-9 for the box. So not cheap.
50 counts are not legit.
Yeah,
50
go
counts are
grab
not
the what is that? The Gran Habano Persian King and all that stuff. Those are 50 count.
Yeah, I would not buy 50 counts. Like you had to love a cigar that much to buy a 50.
There's there's 100 count too, right, Tony? What's
Yeah.
that? When the Unleashed 3, it was 100 count.
Yeah.
With the,
How big is that
freaking
box?
The
crate.
whole
They have
freaking
those
thing,
crate
like
ones.
you get a
Yeah.
whole freaking nutty shit, dude.
Yeah, I can't like the cigar that much.
Does that thing come with carry handles?
They come with a rope. The Unleashed came with a rope. You get to pull on each
it's
side.
on the rope. It's like a whole thing, man.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good way to buy a cigar. You gotta like it that much.
Yeah.
So
There's cigars I like enough. I'd buy them 50 at a time.
you can get 50 counts from Gurkha. They have
Oh,
50
thank you.
counts. They have 100 counts.
Yeah, that's fine.
Don't they have a 999 count for Gurkha?
I have no idea. I know they have really expensive crap on
Yeah,
certain things.
that is expensive with a big chest. 100 count. Oh, 999 count. I think that I've seen it before. Somebody was showing, like, look at this. You gotta love it. Like, why? Okay, the chest looks great, but the cigar, not so much.
I said the packaging always looks cool.
So you gotta you gotta like it that much. Dude, that thing's nasty, whatever you're drinking. Yeah, that thing's nasty. Put it away. I drank it
Leave me
before.
alone.
I drank it before. That boba has been soaking in that thing forever. It's so nasty.
Just leave me alone. I can't get the freaking boba. Okay, so let me get my cans. Damn.
Oh, you don't have any boba there? Boba shops?
Not in
Yes.
Sherman.
This is far.
Oh man,
Anyway,
I got one like 7 minutes from my house.
Dude, if I have one close, my girl will go nuts.
Yeah, it's not gonna be anyway because we had a technical difficulty to make up for that time.
And ours is like actually good. It's owned and ran by Asians, so it's actually like real boba. It's pretty good.
And to answer Benjamin's question, the Dynamite cigars, those are the Last Cowboy from Sinistro. I have the first rendition of those in the original
good.
box number 27.
Those are good. I've never been displeased with Sinistro.
Really?
Mm-mm. I mean, some of his cigars they're odd looking or whatever, and it's a very. I mean, it's a hard. It's got really a niche market, but like I've never had one that was bad. In all honesty,
I'll agree with that.
The owner of Davidoff London has old school boxes of Davidoff in box bundle of 50, but maybe because he was close friend of Zeno. You know what? Here's the thing: if you're the owner of Davidoff London, you can ask for anything to be made,
Anything. Anything.
right? You're just like, you know what? We need some of these things for display. We need like a 50 count box. They'll make it. They'll make it.
You're
So-
Davidoff London. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
It's Davidoff London. It's so like, what is that called? What is that show with the spy thing called? Shoot, I can't remember. The characters, Eggsy. What was that called?
I don't know. Dude, we don't.
Mhm. I know a lot of their 50 count, their 50 count cabs. They're old Cuban Davidoffs.
Thanks, Enzo. Yeah, Kingsman. When you all the shop in London feels like a Kingsman feel. You go in there, you should have like a cane. You walk in there, dress up 3-piece suit. You know, the mirror is probably like, their humidor is probably a secret door to their basement.
Oh yeah.
dude, the Davidoff, the biggest Davidoff retailer in Phoenix is that way you walk in there and it's like it's swanky.
I've not been to the biggest Davidoff in Phoenix. I only been to the shop that you guys go to.
He's a very nice guy, the owner, very nice guy. But like he's always dressed up in a suit, just like it's a nice place.
That seems to be the case. I think Davidoff, like most of them, they always wear a suit. So
Mm-hmm. All the Davidoff lounges. Yeah.
It's like when we got the oral for you for the 1 year. He called me and wondered, how everything went and if it showed up okay, and it was funny.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, big thanks to him. I don't know the guy, but thanks to him.
And Davidoff is the first time that somebody freaking make me and Tony go wow when they cut a cigar.
It's cut it through
Remember
the bag.
You remember, right, Tony?
Yeah, it's cut it through the
First
bag.
time we like, yo, that's how you fucking do it. Shit.
Never touch the cut. No, never touch the entire cigar. Just cut it. I wasn't a fan of MV, but I like Scala Havana and Vieja. Vieja? Okay.
Yeah.
5 a.m.
Yeah.
time for bed. Thanks for the stream. I catch VOD tomorrow. Okay. Good night, man.
See ya.
Newbie subscriber here. Yay. Hi, Victor.
Yay.
What's up, Victor?
Hey, Victor, you know, we're here. So if you got any cigar questions, cigar related question, ask away. We're here to answer. We got expert of expert here. I'm the least of expert of all of those people up there, but you know,
Oh, hell no.
try to help.
I'm a newbie compared to Hashi, man.
I did check. I did check that Lotus, that new V cutter,
Mhm.
the one, the meteor V. It cuts as deep as the Calibri.
Does
Really?
it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The thing is that you know, where you can put logo is very limited.
Yeah, I feel like it sucks. What? It does cut deep. So that's pretty cool.
He has a wild story of how he got 50 count box of Fidel Castro personal cigar along with his autograph. I think it's cool, but if I had a Fidel Castro's autograph, I'll hide it.
Right. Oh, and I was thinking, Matt, I'm gonna get one of those Lotus V cutters in the orange just for you.
I
Just
was
because
wondering
it's
if
orange.
it was like
That
bright
orange, it looks
or
really
orange.
cool. That orange
Dude,
looks shiny.
It's metallic. I think it's metallic.
Yeah, it's
metallic
like when I think I saw the picture, it's like very shiny, and this looks like there's like metal bits in there.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, when
Trust me,
saw
I
the
did thought
picture,
about
I
it, but
kinda
then like
zoomed
when
in.
I asked Brendan, there was no space to really put anything on there.
There's not.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So yeah, Victor, if you got questions of any sorts, we're here to answer them. Even if a newbie question. But then again, some of the newbie question will probably direct you to our podcast. It's probably easier because some of the stuff it takes longer to explain. Some of the stuff it doesn't. So
But even like I don't know, we've all probably answered a lot of newbie questions like a million times, but there's no bad question if you don't know. You know what I mean?
well, that's the thing, right? People don't always go to the specific episode to watch the answer, right? When you have more time that's answered, the more easier for people to find those answers. Because we all did that once upon a time when we started Smoke Cigar, we went online and looked for how. And the hardest
for
part is
sure.
that we get like 10 different answers.
Yep. Well, it's like I went online years ago when YouTube was first getting, I mean, everybody's got their fucking question or their answer to your humidor temperatures and humidity and all that shit. Man, that is such a crock of shit to sit there and try to figure that out because this guy's doing this guy's doing that. You're like, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do? So
Eric, you want to answer that? What cutter do you use for the video?
I actually use a non-name brand cutter. That's gold. Tell the truth. I don't even know what the name brand is. I bought this years ago, so.
What still can be done innovating cutters? Can you do anything other than straight V punch? Okay, this is more than straight V and punch, okay? Straight V punch and then like needle pokers, right? And then also you have those
Slit
scissor.
one, like 5 slit kind of thing. And
yeah, and star
Tell the
cut,
truth,
pound sign cut. You know, there's
Crown cut. Yeah.
just
let's just be very honest about cutting your cigars. Is that it's not that big deal, all right? We've seen so many people like cigar brand owners just rip the cap off, and that's
Yep.
it. They just smoke it, right? Especially when you have like a triple cap, just rip the top cap off and you can smoke it. Like you don't even have to go slowly; it just comes off, right?
Dude, ever since Lewis showed me how to do that, like when I was sitting next to him in the car, and I was like, "That's it." He's like, "Yep, I do that like 85% of the time."
The only reason you'll see me cutting a cigar is because I tend to find stems or vein in the cigars. Okay, so when I cut it, it makes it easier for me to pull out the stem. That's it. Like, if it wasn't because of that, I'll probably rather just cutting a cigar is part of the ritual. It makes you feel good.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the whole
Right.
thing. That's why I cut my cigar because I like cutting it. That's it.
Right. And really the innovation is what makes you feel good. Some people feel really sexy when they can unfold their cutter like the scissor and go,
Yeah.
You know,
right?
like
And
I love the sound, right?
yeah.
I love the sound of it.
Right. And when you have a straight cut, that sharpness at the end when you're done, you're dusting off and kind of blow on it, and you're like, ooh, that's a nice cut. That's pretty much it. So several interview with different cigar makers said they never carry cutters. Here's the thing. I think two reasons. Number one, they can just rip it off. Number two, wherever they go, there's always cutter.
Yeah.
Well, it's when they actually at the factories, they don't, they can't take cutters and stuff with them most of the time, so they just don't have them.
Right? And like they don't really need it. Like wherever they go, they need to smoke. Either don't need cutter or always have cutter. Right?
Yeah, when they're
Is it-
down in Latin America, like they don't even have like torch lighters. They use Bics or matches.
Right. So is it when you say cigar makers they don't carry cutter, it's because they don't need to. Like I've never been one time with Brendan where I had to literally take out my cutter or lighter.
Nope.
Because there's always a whole box there. I'm not even talking about he treated it like disposables.
Yep.
To be honest,
Power lighter.
with cigars, all you worry about flame. Just
Yeah.
the way you get the flame.
And really, soft flame is the best way to go. I mean, the only reason we use torch is because number one, it's fast enough so that you don't have to wait in time. And number two, where we smoke cigar, usually, outside there's a lot of wind. If you're inside, I highly recommend just use a soft flame. It really makes the cigar taste good.
Thanks to Hashi, I'm getting mine soon. Right, Hashi?
Right.
Takes a little longer, but it is really nice.
Right. So like you gotta keep that in mind is that even when you go to a lounge, they have cutters somewhere.
Yep.
Okay. They have
But-
cutters somewhere.
but-
Appreciate it, Jane. Not a newbie smoker, just new to the channel. Love learning about other people smoking though. You guys try some amazing stuff. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We do stupid things. That's what you meant by amazing. Yes.
Yeah, like smoking 10 cigars at a time, that's dumb. That is dumb. Do not do this at home, adult.
What I was gonna say about using a lounge cutter is I will never use a lounge cutter.
Yeah, because
If
people
I-
lick the
Yeah.
cap.
You know,
I'll just rip it off. But I can't tell you how many times I've seen people come in there and I mean I would use one of y'all's cutters because I know that y'all aren't going to do that. But oh man, I can't.
I
no.
I
I do
don't
that
lick
all
the
the
cap
time.
when I'm
John.
outside. Okay, I have a cutter that I bring with me. I don't ever lick my cap before I cut it.
Me
If
either.
I'm outside.
I'm sorry. Don't use my cutter, guys. Don't use my
Oh,
cutter.
I know he does that, but then but some you can tell, right? You just sit down and you look around and see whose cigar is wet. You're like, no, I'm not using that guy's cutter. You're like,
Yeah,
anybody
I'm
got
not
cutter?
doing
There's
that.
always a cutter, right? I do. This is one thing I do ask most of the time is lighter. Sometimes my lighter run out of fuel. I'm too lazy to take it out of the bag again. I kind of have a habit of putting my lighter back in my bag right after I use it because I tend to lose it. So I don't want to take it out again. I take somebody like whatever lighter is on the table, I just take it.
Mhm.
So that's how. Yeah, that's the only thing that you need to worry about. The only thing that you need to carry with you is probably a big lighter and a cigar, and you'll be able to find a way to smoke it. Worst case scenario, you just shoot the top off and then just
My goodness.
you can, right? There's so many ways. So cutting is just part of the ritual. Lighting it, however you light it, is part of the ritual. It's not really involved technically in the cigar smoking. Even if you go through the entire ritual, the cigar only tastes a little bit better in the first 2 puffs. That's it. It's not gonna mess the rest of it. What cigar maker or brand owner? What are you talking about? Have you met and would like to meet? I didn't
That's
meet
cool.
a lot. I think we meet like what handful of people. But I will say Lewis is the best conversation you gotta have in terms of talking about anything at all.
Very true.
And Ernie, he is very put together, almost sophisticated talking style. So if you get a
sure.
chance to talk to him, it's really nice. everybody have their own style, right? When you talk to a cigar owner, they all have their own style of talking. And keep in mind, when you meet them, you don't always get the full 100% of them because you're still a client. So there's a reserve there. But once you know them a lot better, different conversation comes out that you're like, did you just say that? You know,
Yeah,
something does happen.
kicking back with a homie. That's Eric Espinosa right there. Wouldn't you know?
Yeah. So yeah,
Ridiculous.
it's
Yeah,
when you say
I've-
meet or like to meet, I honestly will tell you I don't really want to meet that many cigar maker or brand owner because that makes you spend more money.
Or it could rub you the wrong way, and you just don't want
Right.
smoke cigars anymore.
It could damage or improve your view of a cigar brand because once you can relate to it, that's a different story. It makes you like after I met Louis, I want to support how he cigar all the time if I can smoke it. Right, La Medalla is a different story. That cigar scares me, but everybody who likes strength like Matt is like I'm all over it. But for me, some cigars scare me, but cigar that doesn't scare me, I want to get it all the time. I want to smoke it all the time. So and meeting a cigar brand owner, rep, or something like that will change your image of a brand, and that will tend to maybe want to make you want to smoke a certain brand more.
or not.
I think there's only two that I'd actually really like that I'd really like to meet. One is Nick Melillo, and the other would be Pete Johnson.
Nick Riddle is really cool. He's actually very, very chill. He's very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Pete Johnson's cool. He's kind of laid back. It's pretty cool.
Like for me, I'd rather meet store owners, shop owners. Those are more interesting to me because I can support a shop a lot easier than supporting a brand. Because once you support a brand, that's like dedication. That changes. So, do any of you attend the cigar show in Vegas? Or are those shop owners and manufacturers? Those are for okay. So Michael, he is owner of Little Guy Cigar Shop, so he goes to some of those shows.
Yeah, those are TPE and PCA are retailer and manufacturers only. You have Big Smoke and Rocky Mountain Cigar Fest, and all those are for retailers, manufacturers, and consumers. They're mostly based towards consumers.
I did the Big Smoke one time years ago.
How was it?
I mean, it was cool for the experience, the whiskey and the cigars that were there, but you really never really got to sit down and talk to the owners, the manufacturers like we have in the past, so that was a little discouraging because it was all about hurry up, get your shit and get out, basically.
Everybody stand in line for their free cigar and all that.
Yeah.
Dude, Jonathan Drew, when we had the Savage Feast here in Dallas, the DE25, Jonathan Drew spent like half an hour just chatting with Val. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's cool when they take that time out.
Val,
Like
Val
Steve
has
Sacco.
advantage. That's different. Val has that specific advantage that will get him to be able to talk to people. But for me, I don't. The more I think about it, the more I don't want to go to the show because there's more people that I don't want to see than people I want to see. So, like once you go there, your business in mode, right? You're in business mode, so you're seeing everything. Everybody's good and everything. You're not gonna have any trouble. Except I think there was one where the after party was kind of a little bit over the I mean, there is popcorn to eat in that particular after party, but majority of the time, I don't want to go to a situation where everybody is really there. They want to talk business. I'm not there for business. It's not gonna be fun. Right?
Yeah,
You're
I've
wasting
met
their
Steve
time where they can
Sacco.
talk deals.
I've met Steve Sacco a couple times. I've met Robert Caldwell and Rocky Patel. I mean, and those guys, dude, they're the person they are selling the cigar. They're the person after the shop closes. Because I've hung out with them after the shops have closed, and they're real. They're not shooting smoke or blowing smoke up your ass. No pun intended. But
So when you meet them like at that kind of event, you're not gonna get 100%. You gotta get like 30% and then 70% business, right? And they're really there to do business. You're wasting their money. Like they spend that much money to do business, you're killing their time. Yeah. So it's probably better if you want to meet them, you meet them at an event where they're really there to meet you, to kind of introduce themselves to you. They had the time to talk to everybody there. That's more like they got a whole night, just one store. That's different than a whole event. You know, they had to talk to anybody. So
Right.
Matt Booth would be pretty wild to meet, I would think.
Yeah.
That's a weird
Matt's
dude.
freaking weird, dude.
Dude, okay, so I took a picture of this because he's doing another Shadow Drop t-shirt here in the next couple of weeks. And I'm buying it.
wow.
Nice.
And the more you look at it, the more uncomfortable you feel.
Here's a
Ernesto will take the time to talk to everybody, and he's just very well versed. He's been around it for forever. He's a very nice guy.
Ernesto is one of those guys that if you talk to him, he'll take the time to think his answer before he tell you, and it's very structured, very structured. So very nice conversation, and he will listen too. He takes the time to listen before he answers. So pretty cool guy.
Yeah, but you know what? When I speak to a lot of these manufacturers or owners, whatever, I get personal with them. I ask them about their families, their lives, and shit like that, to where they get out of the box instead of talking about cigars, because they get tired of talking about that shit too. You know, so for them to have somebody, I think, reach out and ask them a different question, I think it kind of livens them up a little bit more, loosens them up, and they start to show their real self.
And this is why I say when we talk to Michael Hocklock, make sure you guys have
Her clock.
Make sure that you have a harder question, because they answer the same question a million times, and you got to get a script. Okay, if you want to answer a question, answer one where they had you. Let me think about that, and then those will get you better answer, better insight than those question that you kind of probably know the answer. You just want them to say it. Don't give them that kind of question. So.
And like Matt, what you were saying, when you do that, it takes there's a lot of people. I mean, luckily I haven't been like that, but people get like a little bit like awestruck about the person, and it takes that away, and they're all just normal people, like 100% normal people. And then on top of that, what people don't realize is a lot of times they get so excited when they get to smoke something other than their own cigars. You hand them something like, "Oh, I thought this was really good. Holy shit, awesome! I'm so tired of smoking my own shit. Oh, I'm going to try something else." I'm not even kidding. I've heard that more times than you can count.
Wow.
And then this is where I gotta snitch about Matt. Okay. You see, Matt can talk to anybody except Lewis.
Madurio. I like the Madurio.
It's okay.
Matt, when the moment he see Lewis, his heartbeat raises by 30 points.
I don't know why it was so hard. I don't know. I think it's because Lewis is such an easy-going guy, you know. With shit, what was his name? Meat Lovers guy was Saka. I mean, I thought he was gonna be rough around the edges a little more, you know, because he kind of is rough, you know.
Yeah.
But no, man, that he's like fucking. He's just like us. Swears like crazy, and I mean, I'm like, all right, this guy's cool, man.
So, yeah.
He is. He's a lot of fun to talk to.
And here's the thing, right? If those people, okay, a lot of people here is like, oh, how do you talk to the brand owner and stuff like that? I got to be really honest with you. Brand owner loves to talk to their customers. So if you really want to have a conversation with them, send them like a direct message on the Instagram or something like that. They will respond majority of the time, because you keep in mind that for them, that's like way cheaper than advertising. If they get to know their customer, they get to talk a few and then respond. They might not respond right away, but when they have a chance, they will respond. So
very few of them are on a high horse and have like an outrageous ego. Very few of them are that.
Shit. I talked earlier about wanting to meet Pete Johnson. So a couple years ago, I just messaged him on Instagram because we were doing a movie night at the lounge, and we were going to be watching Hand Rolled. And I was like, "Hey man, we're going to be watching Hand Rolled. Would you be interested in maybe doing a live Q&A with us right before we start it?" Thinking I'm not probably going to get a response back, and he responded back. He was like, "Hell yeah, I'd love to do that." And he was so like chill, and it was really cool because Pepin and Jaime were like in the background because they were having like dinner and getting ready to like go back to Nicaragua. So it was, yeah. I mean, they're just people, and they just kind of want to shoot the shit, you know.
Yeah, and it's a relationship business, right? So I honestly don't feel like you're scared to talk to them. At least if you have something that you want them to know, just shoot them a DM. Shoot them a DM.
Remember, they're not real celebrities.
Right. Well, they're
I
celebrities.
mean, they
because we
kind of
think they
are to us, right? But and it's kind of weird that they are in a way, right? Like, I'm not pumped about going and meeting the dude that grew my tomatoes, but
I think majority of the time, if it's legit, they will answer.
Cigars, yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, majority of the time, if it's legit, they will take the time to answer it. It might not be right away, but because sometimes they're busy. For example, if you talk to them right now, they got no time. They're packing up to try to go, right? But if you be mindful of, sometimes they're busy and stuff like that, it's gonna take a few days to respond, or even follow up. Every 4 or 5 days, they will respond to you, right? If you want to talk to them that much, right? So, and if you do have something that you feel is legit, a lot of time, if you had a cigar that I really have a problem with, and you decide to text them about it, they probably respond. So
Fucking Quakes.
Thanks, Quakes. That's solid, bro.
I will stop buying tomatoes just in case. Just in case, right? So yeah, put that in perspective. Basically, I know a lot of people who got into the industry, or not in the industry, in the game, and basically say, I wonder what they're thinking of this and that. I just want to find out. I never see them in the shows. Send them something on their Instagram. Even if they personally are not looking at the Instagram, somebody they work with are, and then they can give you an answer, something like that. So, other than Davidoff, what are some of your brand that you enjoy on the regular? Same to others on the panel. You guys want to go first? So let's start. Michael, you're the toughest one. Why don't you go?
Stuff that I enjoy on the regular. Oh, wow. That bounces all over the place. Because when I get to smoke other things, it's awesome. What I go to all the time lately has been Espinosa. Lately, I've been developing more of a taste for the EP New Wave in the mornings. Because it's got like this weird toastiness that I've been getting out of it. It's kind of nice lately. And who else? Cuevas always. Anytime I can grab one. Always that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Josh?
Kind of all over the map, but I would say consistently Crowned Heads, Casa Cuevas, Plasencia, and man, I have been smoking just a ton of those AJ New World Dorados.
Yeah, dog. I'm with you on that one. I forgot about that. Yes.
All right, Matt.
Since Josh stole my thunder there.
I think we're getting a consensus on the panel.
Yeah, I lean towards a lot of the Espinosa, AJ Fernandez, Tatuaje. A lot of stores carry, the Espinosa brand more than the others. So I always lean to the Espinosa brand a lot because I know what I'm getting. And there's a lot of times I'm not in the mood to try something new that day, and I'm just going for what I know is good, and I go for Espinosa or AJ. Can't fail there because I like the spicy, heavy cigars.
Shit, you're smoking an Espinosa right now.
Yes, I am, and I got another one in my pocket right here.
Nice.
That's what's up.
All right, Eric.
Plasencia, Padron, and Atabey here and there.
Yeah.
That's about it. But like just revisiting and stuff.
Yeah. Like if you see me smoking 3 cigars a day, at least one of them will be a Davidoff. So you guys know I smoke a lot of Davidoffs. But usually, if I'm not grabbing a Davidoff, it will be either Espinosa's Murcielago. Those are very easy to smoke. Casa Cueva Reserva line. Those are really good to smoke. And Plasencias, I tend to smoke the Alma Fuerte because I think that's out of their line. That's the best one there.
It's really good.
That's a good. Yeah.
So
Do you have a particular size in the Alma Forte?
Huh? The Alma Fuerte, I prefer either the Robusto or the Salomon.
Solomon is
Salomon is like when I really want to enjoy it. Like Salomon's got everything in there, right? So when I'm smoking it, keep in mind, it's not that they're all similar in price. To be honest with you, if I smoke Signature 2000 as any of those cigars, they're all similar in price between $13 to like $18 range. They're very easy to smoke with, so they don't break the pocket and stuff. The things that you see me review, those are like one a day. Like I don't buy a lot of those. I really don't, because when I smoke, I like to smoke things that I can count on, that I already know, and I don't want to be like, it's a gamble. I don't know if it's good or not. So I tend to smoke the things that I know. If I'm gonna pick something that I smoke always, I pick the things that I know is good already. Right. So those are the things that I know is good already. Even though 601s are pretty good, but I still lean towards that the Espinosa Murcielago more when it comes to cigar. So like when you're smoking a cigar, for me the go-to will have to be something that I tested and I smoke a few times and that I know is good, and then I end up buying a box of it. So that becomes a regular cigar. So it's not like all the other cigars not good. I just don't want to take the gamble when I want to enjoy a cigar. Your go-to cigar should be something that you don't gamble with, right? So
what up, D-Love? Freaking shit, you showed up.
Right. So let's see.
I do like the my father's the Judge as well.
The Judge, I have it. It's just that the name scares me. I know I can smoke it, but the name scares me.
The Judge ain't that bad.
I say the name scares me, not the cigar.
And I like to grab. I know Tony just smoked it the other day. I like Daughter of the Winds from Castagli. So yeah, I grab those whenever I can.
Best 5 Petit Corona. I don't Petit Corona. Well, technically, the Davidoff Signature 2000 is like Petit Corona, technically. I don't really smoke out of those, so I can't tell you. Fire cigar choice. What do you mean by fire? Like good cigar choices? We just name a few.
He's saying good cigar choices.
Yeah.
So it's not a petite Corona, but just a Corona, but the L'Orange. Oh yeah, that in the Corona size is really good. I think that's really the only size that I'll smoke it in anymore, just because everything else is just a bit of a letdown compared to that size. Nice and punchy.
Yeah, when it comes to like everyday cigar, everybody have difference, and really, I'm not saying that all the other cigars are not good. It's just like brand that you kind of attach to, and I can tell you this for sure. Like when I first smoked Casa Cueva, the core line, Connecticut, I absolutely did not like it. I absolutely did not like it. But when they came out with the Reserva Natural, that one was great, and that's how that became one of my regular because it tastes great. How much does a different cigar size change overall smoke? What is the go-to size for cigars? My go-to size will be a Robusto or Toro. And when you say what is the overall size change for the smoke, well, number one, time, right? Any cigar size changes with then the amount of time that you gotta have changes. But the smaller you go, the more wrapper you gotta get, less filler you gotta get. So you'll taste more of a certain note and less of other note. So if you prefer the wrapper note, the wrapper is something you like, smaller you'll be better. But then again, you have to smoke more. You have to get 2 or 3 to smoke that.
Try
smaller.
Try every size on almost everything, because it's going to hit you different on every baton.
Yep, it changes on every size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's just the time. Like, I don't want to smoke 45 minutes and change another.
Those smaller ring gauges are typically a little punchier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll get to the point right away rather than smoking the first third and then get there. I've yet to smoke a Davidoff. I don't have a suit to match that cigar. You know,
It's not that. Don't look at it like that.
yeah, I wouldn't say that's the case because Davidoff, yeah, some of the Davidoff stuff are expensive in a way, but their core line's not that bad, right?
Yeah,
The core,
like
the
signature,
signatures are,
a Winston Churchill, like a late hour or something like that.
yeah, it's under 20.
Yeah, I mean, the Oscuro and the Yamasa are a little pricier, but still really good for what you're getting.
Yeah, they're great cigars. Great.
I've been smoking these, and that's $10 a stick. That's not bad at all. So if you think about $10 a stick, that's kind of average. It just depends on what you want to go with, right?
Love that late hour. And the Yams.
How was that Perfecto tobacco? It was. Is there? Yeah, there is a review video coming. Right after I release the regular one. Yeah.
I was
I
not a
smoked it
fan.
the other day.
What
I
you
can
say,
tell you
Hockey?
it's not number 3 for me still. So
I am not a fan of that cigar.
I haven't smoked it yet.
All right.
Too light.
for all the people that saying that that list is diverse. That diverse way too far. I literally bought it in
Okay,
time
just-
to give the
so-
best
so
chance
just-
possible.
Basic question: is it more traditional or more modern boutique?
Is it more traditional or more modern boutique? It's more bundle.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
I get you.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
So, yeah, and for the price that they're charging,
How much are they?
I can't remember. It was way more than the regular one.
Yeah, it's more expensive.
They were only charging $9 in Boise.
Yeah.
Let's say that number did not appear in my review.
Okay.
Yeah, but like, I mean, at the same time, it's like room 101 stuff. Like what are you expecting? They spend more. I think they're more into a theme, a collective thing than actual cigar, in my opinion. So like, if you buy room 101, it's because all those cool stuff they came up with, like the Daruma, the tobacco, like that kind of stuff.
You're really buying Matt Booth, is what you're doing.
Oh, 100%.
I don't know anything about him, so that's okay.
He's the weirdest dude in the cigar industry.
Him and Jonathan Drew are neck and neck for freaking weird, man.
LFD, we reviewed a few LFD.
LFD Dominicana.
The Florida Dominicana.
Oh, thought on the brand. We like that brand.
Some stuff are good, some stuff are not like so normal.
Yeah,
And-
some stuff are very normal, but they're good brand overall.
Yeah, they're
I'm gonna have to
they're
send
widely
you all some
purchased brand.
diggers to review.
Yeah, they're a widely known brand.
happened?
It's not like the brand that just came out recently. They came out with their Andalusian balls are good.
That's
You know.
like their best cigar.
The Andalusian Bull was bomb when it first came out. Then they went. And then when they rushed production, they went, and now they're good again.
I agree.
And
Yeah.
I'm
they're,
glad I
they're,
got the original batch.
they're
But to me,
cabinet
the bowl aged very well. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Very
if you
good.
let the bowl sit, they come out pretty well.
they let the bowl say it will bloom into something nice.
Yeah. So LFD, you can't really go wrong. I just don't like how they put their cigars together.
The
Internal.
Solus wasn't for me. I hated the Solus.
I didn't like that either, but
Right?
for
You didn't
me,
either?
my favorite LFD has got to be that cabinet number 6. It's an unbanded cigar, and man, and I didn't know this until recently, but it's the rarest thing that they put out. It's more limited than the Andalusian Bull, but that cigar is really, really good.
And let's put it out there for LFD. For LFD, right? They kind of lose a little bit of my respect the moment they did the NFT stuff.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. That don't bother me at all.
That kind of bothered me.
But I know you with NFT and all of that thing. I know.
Well,
Yeah,
you
they're
know
playing
the
on
structure
cycles,
of
kind
it.
of
I
weird.
feel like they're taking advantage of their fan a little bit, even though their target is only 8-9 people, but like that's still like it hurts. It's just like why do you do that? That's
I
just me.
still haven't smoked one of those golden bulls yet. I need
Really?
to smoke one. Yeah.
You
But
have
Josh,
them.
I found them for a way better price, bro.
I'm sure you did. How much did you find them for? Just curious.
60 bucks.
Fuck.
I bought 2 of them for 120.
What do we? Oh man. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Not hurt, right? Don't you hear it?
That
It
hurt,
hurts.
right? Yeah, I know that hurt, Josh. I'm sorry.
don't tell Mary.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't tell
No,
Mary.
but that's
Yeah.
a different story, right? When somebody's giving you something as a gift, the price don't matter, right? It's the thought of behind it. So
And that was cool that she did that. That was real. That was kind of special.
yeah.
Yep.
You know, so you know she's willing to do that. That makes it special. So and the price actually just adds a cherry on top. You know, even though it's that price, she still did it. You know.
Yep.
So I wouldn't feel bad about that particular cigar, but the one you bought, you should feel a little bit, just a little bit.
One I'll feel really good about. The other, I'm like, oh man, I got.
The other one, you should just smoke it. Just like, you know what, I'm gonna burn you to death. I'm gonna light you down, torch fire. That one you can have a revenge on it, burn the shit out of it. But yeah. With that being said, now we're over 2 hours. So yeah, I apologize for all the issue in the beginning, and thanks for those people who continue to drop back in, even though I keep making new ones just to make it work. So that will be it for the show tonight. And for those people who still want to chat, go to Discord. And rest of you, I will see you guys next week. Next Saturday is the Year of the Dragon Day. Bring your Year of the Dragon, any brand. It doesn't matter which brand of Year of the Dragon. Bring it over and smoke it. You know, and let's talk about the Year of the Dragon. Okay. So have a good night. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.
See you.